God bless the flag, we all beating our chest. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin.
What's good, fam? How's everybody doing? That's what's up. This is Jobs, and you are tuned in to My Skin is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only got one rule, and that's be respectful. And in case you don't know, I want to introduce you to the newest member of the family, the Queen Afi. If you would like to let the people know a little something about yourself, Queen. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you for allowing us in your circle. That's dope.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. You guys have been really welcoming all week, and I definitely appreciate that. Peace and prosperity to everyone that has joined us. It is a beautiful day today. I am in Houston, Texas. Very briefly about me, I am a Pan-African artist. I'm also a forensic psychotherapist. I'm a Garveyite and a believer in all things good. And I look forward to a great show today.
I feel a lot better. That's dope. You got a really good aura.
That's good.
Yeah, that's why, so let's get it. Let's enjoy ourselves. And we already got a couple people in the queue. I'm not sure if one of them is AJ. He got like 700 different phones. So I'm going to get to them in a second after I kind of go over the info. And for those of you who don't know, typically we don't really talk about much for the first 10 or 15 minutes because people show up kind of fashionably late. Y'all know how it is. General topics or, whatever comes to mind or whatnot. Tonight we are humbled, to be quite honest, to have the guests that we have lined up. First and foremost, we got Miss Pamela Ward, and I do apologize if I butcher your name, Carol Shambhavi Granison. Now, both of these queens were in the Black Panthers in the 70s and also taught at the Oakland Community School, and that's pretty much what we're going to talk about tonight. In addition to them, we also got Money B of Digital Underground, which I didn't know until recently myself that he attended the school. So we want to talk to him about that and get his perspective and just enjoy the greatness of us. And my bad, I can talk a little bit, so you got to cut me off sometime, Queen.
If necessary.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to get to 4028 right quick then, and then I think this is Keith on the line, I'm not sure though, and then we'll get to 7704. What's good, fam?
What's good? Y'all can hear me?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know who it was, man. You know you got 74 numbers.
Oh, 76 now. You feel what I'm saying? 76 now. What's good, everybody?
I don't know. Okay, hold on. Say one more thing.
What's good? I would like to say good evening, Brother Jones. How are you doing, Queen?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Got a great show coming up. I am ready to get this thing started. People don't know who I am. I am Brother Greg. You feel what I'm saying? And just ready to get everything
going. Turn your phone down just a little bit, bro.
You said bring it down?
Yeah, turn the volume down just a hair.
It must be these new headphones I got.
Yeah, you know how them headphones go, man. Them headphones ain't no good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, straight now?
No, still the same.
Let me see something real quick.
See, this is another good part of having 15 minutes where ain't nobody really listening. Yeah, I can hear you, but you still sound kind of a little janky.
I'm just going to just put my old ones in since, sometimes it's just better to keep it original.
You sound like you're on the megaphone, bro. That's not a good look. I'm over here like I got the phone like a foot away from my head. I'm getting old, man. My hearing will be the first thing to go. Can't risk it. Anyway, let's get to the 7704 number right quick, and then what I want to do is, since we got a couple of minutes, I believe, before our guests call up, because I told them 7:15, and that's Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and before I do that, the number is 347-855-8692. You have to press 1 if you want to get on air. But I did want to talk about what's his name? Is it LeVar Ball? Is that the dude that his son plays at UCLA, and then he got a couple of other sons that play basketball in like high school, and he's trying to package them, and they came out with their own shoe basically, and they charge him I don't know if it's $500 or $1,000 for these shoes.
Wow.
Well,
and they're unknown.
I wouldn't say they're unknown. No. Especially in basketball, like his oldest son is definitely like he's one of the best basketball players in the country in college.
Okay.
You can't take that away from him. But what the old man is trying to do is trying to like package all three sons in a like a sponsor deal. Like he went to Nike, and Nike was like, "Nah, bro, we cool." Went to Adidas, he went to the big three basically, and they were like, "Nah, we okay." So they came out with their own shoe, which they had already made up, and they took it to those shoes companies, and they got declined. So they said, "We're gonna do it ourselves." I'm concerned about the price for one.
Yeah.
Like that seems exorbitant. Either way.
Well, I look at the whole situation like this, man. For one, I commend them, and for two, I'm looking at the bigger picture, and I'm gonna tell you why. All right, first of all, what he's doing is unprecedented. You feel me? Because regardless if he sells one shoe or 2,000 shoes, this will be the first professional athlete that came into the league for his own shoe. So now, with me saying that is, that's going to open the door for other pro athletes to try to follow this blueprint. All right, because last year Ben Simmons was a rookie, right? The number 1 draft pick. He signed to Nike. He got a 5-year contract for $7.5 million. If LeVar Ball sells only 5,000 pair of shoes, he already made more than what Ben Simmons is going to get in 5 years. And my final point is, there's another kid coming up from high school. He's like 6'9", 260. Man, if this was slavery time, he would be a super buck. Like, this kid is unbelievable, right? Let's say he follows that same blueprint but sells his shoes for $129. Then the kid in the next year's draft sells his shoes for $139, and after that. So this is the groundwork for black people to own their own destiny and future and not be a slave. Because it took Jordan 23 years to be. Yep, it took Jordan 23 years to become a billionaire, while the person that made Nike is already at $16 billion. So hopefully, if he fails or succeeds, if black people look at that and pick up on it and follow that trend, by the time you know it, in the next 15 to 20 years, Nike will probably wouldn't be relevant as far as pro athletes selling their shoes. It'll be the actual pro athletes.
I think that to a certain extent, and then I'm going to get to 7704, my bad. But to a certain extent, I think that he's going so overboard with the price that it may set other people back. You know what I'm saying? Like you being excessive with it to the point of like you're not just going to the restaurant and ordering, a meal. You going and ordering everything.
Right.
You're being gluttonous. And that's not a good look. And that's going to turn people off. And to the point where they'll call up whoever making his shoes and be like, bruh, you keep making his shoes, we're not going to do any business with you. Until we can actually, from beginning to end, do it, you got to make and it's just not a good look in the hood. Like, you really want people to, like, who's going to be able to spend a stack on some shoes in the hood?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, they're the ones that's going to be with the signature or whatnot. But that's still outrageous. 500 is outrageous to be coming out the gate. 1,000 is definitely outrageous coming out the gate. So I will say this: if he does fail, I want other black entrepreneurs to look at this and see where he failed at, and not make that mistake. That's the first thing I thought about when I seen it.
I agree with you on that. On that note, man, let's get to 7704 right quick. What's good, fam?
What's going on, man?
What's up? Peace, family.
What's up? My name is Curtis Christopher Green, man. I'm a mayoral candidate running for Mayor City of Detroit.
Yeah, we're friends with Facebook. I know you, brother.
Yeah,
definitely.
I see you all the time.
I see you going door to door. Yeah, I respect the ground, man.
Yeah,
how's it looking, man?
Something that's never happened before. 2,125 doors. I was impressive. A lot of people caught attention to it. Huffington Post reached out a month ago and did an article on me. I wanted to talk about the school system. I really wanted to cut to business and speak essentially to what y'all was talking about the shoes. This is my thing. I don't have no problem against black entrepreneurship, but don't make money be the only motivation. It's supposed to be about building the community, creating food sovereignty, building our educational system, creating stimuluses in the hood, financial stimuluses, and also spiritual oasis. All these things our money's supposed to be used to do. But people just want to have money just to say they got money, and not using it for the tool it's really made for. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the real issue with that. That's why my opinion really about what the brothers doing. I think that's a brilliant thing that they want to do. But for your brand strength, because I'm a master's in marketing, got my bachelor's in marketing, got 9 doctoral credits in organizational leadership. For your brand strength to be so weak and you to come out with a shoe for $1,000, that's just like being just arrogant beyond belief. You see what I'm saying? So I hope they wish the brothers well, but their brand strength ain't strong enough to charge that much. I can see them coming out of the gate charging $120 or something. That's what you pay for any other shoe. So why shouldn't you pay it for my shoes? You see what I'm saying? They all made of the same material. So that would be a better thing for that for me, as far as the pricing and however what demographic they want to go after. It's going to take some serious marketing because I've written papers and gotten A+ every time I wrote about Nike. They got a stranglehold on the athletic apparel industry just about every aspect. I know it's 60% of the market share on gym shoes by itself. And Philip Knight was 2 years ago. He was the 7th richest man in the world.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, but I hate to cut you off, King, but one of our guests just called in, and I want to make sure I don't keep her in the queue too long.
Okay.
And actually, bruh, we want to have you come back. I'm trying to get a couple of other people running for office and kind of do a show on politics in the future, man. So make sure that we keep in contact. We already friends because I see you all the time.
All right, I'll keep in contact. That's just something I wanted to speak to, man. Let y'all peek inside my mind a little bit.
Yeah, that would be
totally appreciate the insight.
No doubt.
Yeah. All
Peace,
right.
fam.
All right.
And on that note, man, I want to introduce Pamela Ward, Black Panther, teacher at the Oakland Community School. We are humbled and honored to have her on, and truly appreciative. So on that note, let's get her on the phone.
Absolutely.
What's good,
Hello?
Queen? How you doing? Hello?
I'm
How
fine.
are you, Queen?
I'm fine.
This
good
is
to be
Jobs.
on your show.
Oh, the pleasure is
it's
all
good
mine.
for us to have you
sorry.
here.
All ours. My name is Jobs. That's Brother Greg, and that's the Queen Afi. And welcome to My Skin is My Sin, and thank you.
You're welcome.
So, and I'm trying to give our other callers just a second to call in before we really get into it. But is there anything that you're working on, or any websites or information that you wanted people to know about?
Well, I do want people to know that there is a documentary that's in progress about the Oakland Community School. Angela LeBlanc Ernst is working on a documentary about the Oakland Community School, and it will tell a full story of how the school functions and how the children learned in that environment.
Wow. Do you know when that's supposed to be coming out?
No, I don't. I know she's working on it now. I'm going to Texas tomorrow, and I'll be meeting with her, and we'll be sharing information about the school.
Wow. That's phenomenal.
She has pictures and documents from Stanford University's archives about the Oakland Community School that she'll be using in the documentary.
Wow.
Is there like a website or anything we can support by any means? Or somewhere we can find you at?
I'll have to send that to you later.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. We'll spread the word. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just inbox me or just tag me. I'll definitely get it, and we'll help get it out there, definitely. Because I'm looking, like I was just looking at some clips of some interviews, especially with Huey, about the school. And, man, it's just the feeling you get watching the kids, you know. And it's like the biggest thing was to allow kids to question.
Yes. It was a phenomenal experience. The whole nature of the school was to teach children how to think and not what to think. And so that was carried through in every aspect of learning, from English to math. We had English literature displays that the children would do. They would have a math bowl every year. They had a science fair.
Excellent.
James Baldwin used to come and do writing workshops with the children. Maya Angelou used to come and do writing workshops with the children. They even had the opportunity to do the bus boycott skit for Rosa Parks.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
Stevie Wonder even sent his choreographer for the children to do a play called The Bride's Price.
Wow. That's beautiful.
It sounds like it's a far more comprehensive, a comprehensive project, instead of how now we have a lot of projects and organizations that are just focusing on the STEM subjects and taking a lot of the arts and literature away from the educational system. So I have a concentration with adolescents and juveniles, and I'm always thrilled to hear that they're retaining some of the arts in some of these programs, considering I'm a painter too. And it's far too often we hear about different schools that are pulling out the literary and art classes and programs. So that sounds like a really comprehensive program where they're touching topics off the board.
Yeah.
Queen, I hate to cut y'all off, but we have our other guests in the queue as well, and I want to make sure I get them on. And so I also wanted to introduce, well, he don't really need much of an introduction, but Money B from Digital Underground. I think that speaks volumes right there. We're going to get him on. And also Carol Shambhavi Granison, I believe, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. So we're going to get them both on. And thank you for coming on the show. What's good, King?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, man.
How you doing?
Queen, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
So
how's everybody doing?
Done this before. Yeah, I've never done this before, so I don't know. You can hear me. I can hear you. Are we on the air?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Just treat it like a regular conversation. They make.
So Pam is there somewhere, and
I'm
here. And Ronnie is there.
And Ronnie Brooks is here. Yep, I'm here.
Right.
Yep, and this is Jobs, my co-host,
Hi, Jobs.
Brother Greg,
Hi, Jobs.
and the Queen Afi.
Hello.
Hello.
And on behalf of the team, I want to say thank you. You know, we are honored and humbled by your presence, and truly appreciate your time. And basically, this is how we'll do it. You know, we just wanted to talk about the Oakland Community School. You know, we try not to cut each other off, but you can jump in when you feel like it. And we just put a couple of questions out. It's not really an interview; it's more like a conversation.
Okay.
We want y'all to be able to take us back to that first day of school.
Suit, but okay.
You know, that first day as a Panther. Like, what was that like? That first day as a Panther.
The first day as a Panther?
Yes,
I know it's going to be like so different and so.
So Erica Huggins said
Pam.
the party, the timing that you came into the party was the party that you joined.
Absolutely.
I hope that makes sense to you, because
that
the party that people joined in 1966 was a different party than I joined in 1975.
Right, and I joined in 1973, and it was a different party than all people had gone through the 60s. Right, it was a different party. Anyway, go ahead, Pam. Yeah.
Was that because of the social climate of the time?
The social timing, the development of the organization, the programs that were well tuned by then, the clinics, the school, the newspaper, were all well fine tuned instruments by then.
Okay.
And of course, the school opened in what year, Carol? Do you know?
It was 73, because that's when I came, before the school opened, when I was told that by, it was either Tim Thompson or by it doesn't matter, or by Lamar, the school was opening. And I said, I had two kids. I said, they have to go to school. What do I have to do? And so that was 73. Yeah, that was 73.
And Ronnie, do you prefer Ronnie or Money B?
Either or, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
They know me.
What was it like?
We're going to call him Ronnie. We're going to call him Ronnie.
Okay, we're going to call him Ronnie, bro.
Stand a lot in the street. Anyway.
What was it like going to the school?
Well, going to the school growing up, that's all I knew. So I didn't know that it was different, or if it was, or that there was anything else. You know, like I said, I always say that I didn't really know much about the Black Panther Party, but all I knew was the Black Panther Party. So, you know, I couldn't compare it to anything because, just growing up, I thought everybody lived life the same way, you know. So there was nothing before that I could say, hey, well, when I joined, you know, I don't remember before, I don't remember before being.
You don't have a comparative analysis,
Yeah. Can I ask Ronnie a question?
Sure.
Ronnie, I just want to ask.
Sure.
Yeah. What was the time? What was the moment or the period or the incident or something when you realized, this is really different? You know, like you had to have been really young. You know, like when you went to another school or something.
Yeah, what it was is, I used to go to Philadelphia every summer, and once or twice my grandmother didn't send me back, and I had to go to school in Philly, and obviously at the Oakland Community School they didn't have grades. It was like groups. You were in group A, B, C, D, or F. So I would always have to take a test to see what grade I was actually in, and I always tested like 2 grades higher every time that I would leave the school and go somewhere else. And a funny story that I actually have a book that's coming out really soon, And in my book, I talk about how when I went to, I don't know, I probably was about 7 or 8 or something like that. But when I was in the school, I was asked to do the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of class, and I didn't know. I was never taught the Pledge of Allegiance at the school. And so, you know, the teacher thought I was playing around, and I got sent home, and it was a big deal. But I really didn't know it. You know? And I still don't, to be honest with you. But not by heart. I don't. And so,
I know. My kids don't know it either. Yeah, none of you guys know that stuff. You just don't know it. Yeah.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, because you weren't taught it. Because it's like you came from a different place, and you did come from a different place.
Right.
And I'm not sure who it is. Somebody's got a little feedback in their phone. So if you got like a Bluetooth on or you got it on speaker, sometimes that affects the quality of the audio.
Oh, I'm on Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it off.
I hear that noise too, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, it's just sometimes it can be a little difficult, especially with so many different calls. And somebody's call did just drop 5610. That would be actually the Queen Pamela. She'll call right back up, hopefully. So Carol, let me ask you this.
Oh.
Yeah, but all she has to do is simply call the number right back.
Just call back in. Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, definitely. So let me ask you this then. How did you go about teaching if there was not necessarily a curriculum per se?
Well, you're clearly asking me this. Okay, so first you have to go back.
I apologize.
When I wasn't there. Yeah, when I wasn't there, because I came in 73, but the party started in 66, and by 68, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not positive. People had kids, so they're thinking about their kids. So there was an after-school program for the Panther children, and then at some point they had decided to take their kids out of the regular school and just teach them. And you know, I know that Erica was there and Elaine was there, and I don't really know that piece of that history, but you know, there was the intercommunal school, and Huey had ideas about, you know, how our children should be taught. So what happened was they got the funding by writing grants, money for grants, and donations enough to say, we can actually move into a building and be the Oakland Community School. And that was huge, because this is a real, you have to get that they have been teaching. I know because I've been by the place in Berkeley. It was like a storefront, you know, and it was probably nice, but it wasn't really a big space for to teach kids. And so now it was going to be in this wonderful building that had classrooms already and had an auditorium already. And what was done, and then again, I was living in Oakland by this time, but I didn't know that this was happening yet. They knocked on the doors in the neighborhood and told people, we're going to open a school. It's going to be from preschool to like 6th grade, and if you have a child that you would like to go to school, bring the child to the school. And that's how we got the kids. People brought their kids in droves.
Wow. And hold on one second, Queen. I want to make Miss Words just call back in. So hold on one second. Let me get her back on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute you just for like 2 ticks, because I want to see if maybe that's your phone that's doing that. Because if it's not yours, it's mine, and I got to fix me.
Go ahead,
so, hold on one second.
Okay.
Queen, I got you back on, Miss Ward.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where this background noise is coming from. And
I don't know. My Bluetooth is off.
It's not you, Queen.
And I'm not
it may be me, so. It may be me.
Bluetooth.
I'm not, but
is this better?
Did
it get better?
Yes.
It actually is.
Actually, that was me.
on my phone. I was on a speakerphone. I took it off.
Oh, okay, yeah. We got it now.
Speaker, and I thought better of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaker's
I thought it was me there for a second.
Yeah. Okay,
so we're back in the school. Go ahead, AJ.
Okay. Oh no, cause I had a question. It was based around the schools. Now, how would you feel about the idea of like just a segregation for Black children, maybe for a limited time, or do you think that basically predominantly Black schools should be taught and led and directed by Black people? Because I feel a lot of Black children, me included, a lot of us usually fall into these traps where we have people that are not from our neighborhoods, don't know how we grew up, and don't have the proper teaching methods to handle people that don't look like them or their children.
Okay, may I answer that?
Sure.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Okay. First of all, our school was not founded on race. Our school was founded on the 10-point platform and program that Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale wrote. Number 5, that we want an education that addresses the needs of our community. And that community included Black, brown, and even white children. The way that children are educated right now,
the school was never
the way that children are educated right now is like in an agrarian system. like we still lived in an agrarian system where they have to be educated to work in the factory or the field.
Exactly.
And our children were educated to be leaders.
They're not doing a good job of it, even if that was it,
I think that's we can all agree on that one.
Schools
educating our children is atrocious.
Absolutely. So, was that question? I want to go back to the person who asked that question and made that statement. I'm not sure. I thought it was. Was the thinking that we were intentionally taking was an intent to take Black children away from something?
Actually, no. The way I should have phrased the question was.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
No, I didn't have anything to say. I wanted to hear what you said. I wanted to hear what you said again.
Well, yeah, because I was just speaking. I mean, like kind of the same methods that y'all use at y'all time. How would you?
Right.
I mean, how would you implement it now? Because even though our schools aren't segregated, or we do have white and Black children in schools, the way that Black children are directly affected when they go to inner city schools by teachers that really have no type of pull to them or any type of feel towards them. Do you think that y'all teaching methods then should be implemented now?
I do think that it should be implemented now, but the basis has to be on. No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Nothing has to be, but as a long range thing to look at, I don't know if I would want to start with the premise of only Black children can go to this school.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have, that was not the premise that we had at the Black Panther Party School. That was not the premise. This is going to be a community school. It's going to be free. The Black Panther, this is the Black Panther school, okay? It wasn't everybody knew, this is a Panther school. This is a Black, and people brought their children. Most of them were Black, but not all of them.
Okay.
So it was based on in my opinion, it was based on the principles and the discipline with which we backed up those principles. And then if you have a group of people who have some kind of principles and stick to them and say that we'd like to have a school where we teach children to act in a principled manner, that would happen. I mean, I don't know, because I wouldn't. If somebody said, "Well, I'm going to start a school and it's only going to be for black kids," I wouldn't say, "Oh no, don't do that." I would say, God, I wish it didn't have to be like that, but maybe that's the way it has to be.
You may be right.
My long answer to that, but maybe that's the way it has to be, So then you do anything. I mean, these children, if they realized how they were getting gypped in their education, how they were given false ideas, and and then they don't. Some grow up and do, but then some grow up and they don't realize it.
And you know what, family? We got somebody in the queue that wants to ask the question. I do believe it's Reverend Harry. And definitely I want to say thank you to him for, basically he kind of got the ball rolling. He spoke to
Reverend Harry.
Ms. Ward, and she spoke to you guys. So definitely appreciative of that connection. So hold on, let's get him on the line. I believe this is him. I don't want to jump the gun.
Oh, what a blessing.
Hello?
Hello. Peace, everyone.
How you doing, Rev?
Hello.
I'm so blessed and honored to be listening to this wonderful interview. And it's just so timely because today was a poor day for the people. With what happened in D.C. So this is kind of uplifting after the news that I heard earlier coming from the White House.
It's just this. I don't want to go off topic because we're going to talk about the school and what have you, but I was thinking, I can't believe how they're willing to demonstrate that they don't really care about the people in the country. They only care about their own will.
Yes.
And
I'm not surprised at that at all.
And I'm hoping that people in the country are really looking at this. White people specifically. I hope they're really looking hard at this. You realize these people do not care about you. These people do not care about you.
No.
If they don't figure it out by next year, they just never going. They just
really
don't care.
I mean, something has to happen in the midterm because this is insane. Anyway, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's talk about the school. Let's talk about the school.
You all brought me a ray of sunshine this evening, and I have a couple of questions. One thing I wanted to say, and then I have two questions. First of all, one thing that people don't understand about the Black Panthers is that the Black Panthers are not cultural nationalists. So when they talk to the people,
we're not cultural. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So there's when we say power to the people, we believe in power to
all people.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But I have two questions that I wanted to ask. One of them is about Oakland. I'm not a native Oaklander. I live in Oakland now, thank God. I love Oakland. But my question is this. I read it in a book once, and we're talking about the Panthers, that it was unusual of all the places that the Black Panther Party could have taken place, that it took place in a place on the West Coast called Oakland, California. So you have the Black Panther Party. Oakland has this kind of swag to it. There's demonstrations all the time here. There's this legacy of the Panthers that has been preserved. It started. We had the school. We had even the armed resistance. But the Black Panther Party never really died here. Well, my first question is, what is it about Oakland that's been able to fight back against the power here, even till this day? Because I was in a big demonstration earlier this week. And my second question is for Money B. I know that you knew Tupac, who had a background also with the Black Panther Party and was schooled in the principles of the party. I want to ask Money B his thoughts about Pac and the educational system. Those two questions.
Well, it was interesting just because, like Pac, when he came to the group, once he expressed that, his mother was, from the Panther 21, and he would always talk about her. But he had like this super compassion to want to like save the community and everything that he wanted to save the world. And a lot of times the things that he would say, people would look at him and be like, what's he talking about? But me and him kind of connected because we're kind of coming from the same place, if that makes sense. You know, like nothing that he said or that he expressed that he wanted to achieve surprised me because we were taught that way. You know what I mean? That's how we were raised. And people that weren't would look at you like, what are you talking about sometimes? And so we kind of bonded in that way. And the fact that we were so close in age as well.
That is wonderful.
So may I ask a question? Where do you feel the misconception came from that the Black Panther Party was indeed more of a cultural? And I know you guys are, you know, on the inside looking out, so you'll definitely know the answer to this question. But a lot of us, especially those of us who have only studied the Black Panther Party and incorporated some of those values into our own way of life now, where do you think the misconception came from that the Black Panther Party was a pro-Black organization or a mostly concerned population instead of the general population in that community?
Yeah, I think if I could just pop in for a second and just say, I think one of the things that happened, it happened at that time and it happens today, is that if a person of color, a Black person, had the audacity to step out and say, I am for my people, and however they said it, however Huey said it, or Martin said it, or Marcus Garvey, like, I am for my people, the assumption is, because that's true often on their side, is that, and I'm against all of your people. Whether that's said or not, the assumption is made, you know, and then they don't want to look at analysis, like this is Marxist analysis of the society and the economic system. They're not going to talk about that if it's Black people. It's just like they're for Black people, which then gets in the universities gets this, or sometimes in the newspapers, this cultural national title. That's what's the title that's assigned for people who are for their people. Or for their people. You know, it doesn't even mean that I'm against you. If I'm for the Raiders, I don't, well, maybe some fans are extreme, but I don't want the other team members to die.
Right.
You know, it's like I'm not praying for the demise of their children. You know, I want my team to win. You know, I want my team to win. Can we win? So, you know, that's all we're saying. Can we win? And we're not asking your permission. You know,
right.
we're
correct.
going to be the winners.
But okay,
and that's what that's something that I did want to touch on too.
One take on it, yeah.
I
want.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's something I want to touch on too. What a lot of people don't know, that the Black Panthers had another organization called the White Panthers that built with them as well, which a lot of people really don't know about, especially when I was doing my history on them. I never really understood how people took it when you said power to the people. You was talking about all people. One of the Black Panthers I always followed was Fred the most, because he was a young brother doing this thing over on the East Coast. You know what I mean? Because y'all word spread out so far. And that'll lead me to this question right here. Was it hard to get participants and members into the Black Panther Party?
It depends on what time period you're talking about. In the 60s, certainly there was a cachet about being a revolutionary. In the years that I joined the party, there were fewer people joining the party, but there were more people. We became centralized in Oakland. All the people from all over the country where there were chapters came to Oakland, and we became centralized instead of being spread out all over the country. And so
those people,
we were able to focus all of our energies on the programs and in Oakland. And I just want to say one thing that people aren't aware of. You know, we tested for sickle cell anemia. And in those days, nobody knew very much about sickle cell. I don't even know if they know very much about sickle cell now.
Today, yeah.
Nope.
But the good news is that we started testing for sickle cell anemia, and now every child in California that's born is tested for sickle cell.
I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, the Panthers were innovative in so many areas.
Yeah, the party was innovative because the party was for the people, heart and soul. The party was for the people, heart and soul. For real.
Can I,
do you ever just wake up?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you ever just wake up and think, wow, we really had an effect, not just on our day, but on every day thereafter?
To be honest, I hadn't thought about it very much until the anniversary last year, and then I thought about it. You know, it was just something, I don't know what Pamela said, but for me it was like, this is what needs to get done, and that, okay, I need to do the menu for the kitchen. I'm going grocery shopping on this day, and then because I was doing nutrition, so I was doing 3 meals a day every day, and so you're doing the next thing that needs to be done. They're those children. They have to be taught. They have to be fed. They have to be taken care of. And they're coming every day, and then they go home to their parents. And you're just doing everything and trying to make it better Oh, maybe if we just do so-and-so and so-and-so, maybe that will make it better. So you're not really thinking about anything except what's in front of you.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I grew up in the Black Panther Party. I was only 21 when I joined the party. I was 28 when I left. And so the each one teach one principle applied to me as well. I started off as an assistant teacher and eventually became the director of the preschool program and the health officer for the school. And so I incrementally gained responsibility as I was taught the principles under which we worked. And that I could implement those principles in a way that gave value to the school. And it gave value to me too, because when I left the Oakland Community School, it was only because I wanted to go to school myself. And I was able to earn a degree from Mills College with honors, a master's from Stanford University, and I was in a PhD program at Stanford. And so none of those things would have been possible had I not been taught in the Black Panther Party and at the Oakland Community School.
Cool. That's
incredible.
I'm so glad you talked about that, Pam. Yeah. Because we were all learning. First of all, we're learning how to do what we're doing. We're learning how to do what we're doing. We're getting on-the-job training, one would say. And somebody asked about how did you know what to teach? Well, we'd all been to school, and some of us to some college, and, you know, we started saying, okay, there has to be an English class, and there has to be a math class, and we have to figure out what the kids know and, you know, who knows what. And you just start doing it. And
but, you know, I had a preschool child. Actually, he was 4 years old. He was a genius. But he couldn't tie his shoes and he couldn't throw a ball. But he would have his classes with the older children for math and science and English. And he would come to be with his peers, his preschool peers, for
put your shoes on. I'll get them. Hold on a second.
For recreation and gross motor skills and fine motor skill development.
Wow.
Little kids. The little kids.
Yeah.
He was 4.
No.
He was 4. He was with 12. He was with 10-year-olds for English and math and science.
Wow.
So
I'll tell you another
do you
story.
see any of the children that you've taught still?
Yes, we saw them at the 50th anniversary celebration. They're grown people.
They're grown people. That's what I'm struck by. I saw some of them, in October, and I thought, my God, they are grown folks now. Totally grown.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Anyway, Pam, you were saying something else.
Oh, I was going to say I wanted to tell you another story that exemplifies the beauty of the Oakland Community School and the holistic nature of the school. I had a child in my preschool class who seemed to be lost every day. She just didn't seem to be able to function with the group. And I began to wonder if something was wrong with her hearing. So I took her to a doctor because I was the health officer, and we found out that she had an overproduction of wax in her ears. They cleaned out her ears. They cleaned out her ears. She said, I can hear. She came back to school, was a happy, well-integrated child who learned just as well as anybody else. That would not have happened to her in the public school system.
Right, definitely.
Definitely.
No.
Wow.
She would have been a problem.
Okay,
And they would have given her drugs or something. Yeah.
Exactly. I can just honestly just imagine how y'all were just more hands-on and active. So that leads to another question, which I guess that hopefully all our listeners know this, but I want to know the time period, and I want to know if y'all was there when y'all invented the WIC program. A lot of people don't know that was started through the Black Panthers.
I don't know anything about the Black Panthers creating the WIC program. Pam, do you know this?
No.
Was it the WIC?
I've never heard. The WIC
breakfast program?
It was a government program. It was a government program. And
wait a minute, hold on. Let me check my Googles real quick.
Children
and
parents and people who were guardians of children could get. Anyway, it was based on the child, and they could get cheese and milk and cereal and fruit, I think.
But was it the breakfast program?
Yeah.
I think that might.
I don't even know.
I think what happened is they basically stole the principles of the program and gave it another name.
It says, okay,
I'll tell you the program that we had was for senior citizens to come and get fresh produce and vegetables. They would come to the school once a week or every 2 weeks, and we would have set up in the cafeteria a produce market where they could get free produce to keep their diets nutritious.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, I'm reading right here. It says the free breakfast program for school children.
Oh, free breakfast program. That's different from WIC.
Okay, I know it was something like my fault. I know it was something. I was sounding real crazy in the air right now. I know it was something. I know I didn't lose it. I know it was something.
The free breakfast program. Yeah, it's
my apologies.
My
apologies.
Yeah, that was the party's program. That's how I came into the party originally, because in San Francisco, I lived on Frederick Street, and there was a free breakfast program around the corner, and anyway, I was kind of living in a collective, but that doesn't matter. Somebody came, sold the paper. We saw him at Lamar every week, and then he says, to me, and he says, Carol, you want to go? Do you want to work in the breakfast program? And I said, oh, I guess. And I had a young baby, but I was living with another couple, so somebody would take care of the baby, and my daughter. And so that's how I came into the party. I started cooking for the free breakfast program. It was great. All the kids in the neighborhood came. I remember I knew this kid, this woman, and she said, this is a white woman, and she says, my son wants to come, and I don't know, is it okay? Because he can eat I said, all the kids in the neighborhood come to the Panther breakfast. It's the hippest thing going for the kids right now. I said, okay, because he really wants to come. So it was, all the kids in the neighborhood, they meet before going to school. It was just like they get pancakes all the time, It was great. It was fun.
And of course, we know that the federal government instituted a free breakfast program for children. That's a national program now.
Exactly. And based on the free breakfast program. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this. And I want to make Ronnie, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure we still had you on, man. I ain't heard from you in a while. I want to make sure you're all right over there.
Yeah, no, I was going to jump in because I knew you were talking about the free breakfast program, but I was waiting to hear exactly where you was going to go with it.
Yeah, I had it mixed up for a second. I'm still a little jittery right now. I got legends, you got legends on the show, a little jittery.
And actually,
my apologies.
Actually, you guys have a bonus because my father, Bobby McCall, is right here with me, another former member of the Black Panther Party.
I'm not a former member.
Okay,
I will never be a former member.
Okay, we'll say
Just say that, there, King.
Right. Hey, Carol.
He was like, what? He said former.
I will never be a former member. I'm a Black Panther till the day I die.
I know that's right.
Salute,
I don't even know
King.
who this is. I missed it. Who is this?
That's Bobby.
Bobby McCall.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, my God. Hi. Oh, right. Yeah. No, you will never be a former, but I'm with you. That will never happen. I totally get it. Anyway, so what are we talking about?
We're pretty much just going on whatever. We've been talking about I know we technically have a topic, and I definitely, I think we've done a good job of weaving in and out of the Oakland Community School. But quite honestly, it's just a conversation, wherever it takes us, it'll take us. Before we get to that, and sir, I want to hear from you as well. And shout out to Money B for bringing his pops on, man. That is dope, man. Salute, King.
Yeah.
Right.
And I do need to let y'all know that you are tuned in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only got one rule, and that's be respectful. Don't forget to check out the groups All Black Everything and My Skin Is My Sin, and check out the website myskinismysin.com and the clothing Intellectually Petty Apparel. And shout out to Liberation Minded Media, the family. And my next question was going to be, and sir, matter of fact, before I get into a question, can you give us briefly when you got into the Panther Party and just a little history of your experiences early on?
Talk on the phone. Oh, okay. Let me tell you a story. Money B, my son, he was laying in his crib. He was like 6. It's probably going to be in his book. But he was like a little over 6 months old. And I'm laying in the bed with his. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I can hear you, brother.
You can hear me?
There is some noise or something, but I can hear you.
So he's laying in his crib, a little over 6 months old, and it's like the crack of dawn. And all of a sudden, I wanted to use the H. All heck broke out.
Okay.
I'm laying in the bed with his mom. I jump up out of the bed. I'm in Philadelphia,
And in Philadelphia, all the houses are like row houses. All the rooftops are flat.
Right.
I look out the window, and it's the Philadelphia police with M16s and tear gas guns firing into the Black Panther Party headquarters, was probably like 6 doors away from my apartment building. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? They bring them out after the Panthers surrendered and put out a white flag. They made them come out. There was men, women, and children in the building. They made them come out. They stripped them naked on the sidewalk, completely naked. And it came out on the next day on the front page of the Philadelphia Daily News. And when I saw that, like, okay, I'm going to join this organization.
Wow.
Wow, Bobby. I never knew that. I never knew that.
I was so insulted. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was so, the whole black community, the entire black community in Philadelphia was so insulted because the police commissioner was named Frank Rizzo, who was a racist. We used to call him like Nazi Rizzo. Anyway, so the next day, everybody in the community came out to refurbish and rebuild that office. They came out with food and clothing and everything. And that's when I said, I'm joining this organization today. Because I used to watch them running around in the community, bringing people food, clothing, and helping whoever they could help. And I was like, whoa, that's what I want to do. After that raid, I said, I'm joining this organization. And that's exactly. Well, you couldn't join the party like that, like sign up. You had to prove your loyalty, your dedication, and make a commitment. So
yeah,
I'm
sorry to cut you off, King. I'm not sure if somebody got a radio or a TV up, but I can.
Okay,
I think that may be.
Yeah, I hear that sound too.
Yeah.
It's not me. I have nothing on. It's
anyway, it doesn't matter because I can go on and on and on and on for real. Until
that's what we're here for, man.
Like, with me,
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
going to tell you this quick story. This quick story is like 5 minutes. Me and Elaine and my boy Tim was having dinner. And I go like, let's get this party started. It was like 3 or 4 of us like, let's do the 50th anniversary
Oh, I
of the
can't
Black
hear.
Panther party.
Bobby.
It turned into an extravaganza. Hi, Puda.
Actually,
Yeah, you guys need to close the door or something.
Well, he just got in the car. Just let him get into his car seat. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. You're absolutely right.
Is that what it is?
You talking?
Yeah.
So anyway, here's the bottom line of the story. I joined the Black Panther Party in 1970. You know. Oh, here's another good story. I'm gonna tell you. When Tupac's mom, Afeni, was in prison, pregnant with Pac, I was selling Black Panther newspapers to raise money to get her out of prison.
Wow. So did you meet her?
You missed about how you heard the story how you was laying in the crib in the Philadelphia. That's in your book, right? Yeah.
So let me ask you this: did anyone get a chance to meet Huey or Bobby?
I haven't even seen it yet.
Huh?
Did anyone get the chance to meet Huey or Bobby? And what was that like if you did?
What'd you say?
Of course.
Of course.
What did he say?
Yeah, it's like yeah.
What did
Bobby,
he say?
For me,
No, he was
more than Huey.
asking, did anybody get a chance to hear Huey or Bobby?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this story. Huey, I loved him so much.
Okay, my bad. Elementary question.
Could you turn it up?
What was that like? What were they like?
Okay.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Okay. Huey was a visionary. He was an ideologue. I was there when he received his PhD from Santa Cruz. And I remember that I didn't even know what a PhD was then. But I remember him getting his PhD from Santa Cruz. And I remember that he and Bobby wrote the 10-point platform and program, which embodied all the different programs of the Black Panther Party, the clinic, the newspaper, the school. I hope we get back to talking about the school.
Oh, okay. Well, this is your time. This is
right.
your time.
That is a great transition.